Hey everyone, it's Jessie checking in from Val d'Isère. It's Wednesday morning here in resort, and it feels a little calmer after yesterday's wild mix of wind and snow, although you can still sense that the mountain's not quite finished with us yet. There's that slightly cautious midweek energy around the village as everyone waits to see what the day brings. Yesterday we did see a few more runs open than on Monday, but it was still a challenging one out there. In town overnight, it turned sharply colder. Temperatures fell from around -4 degrees Celsius in the early evening to a low of -11 degrees Celsius during the night, sitting at about -8 degrees by 6 this morning. There was no fresh precipitation recorded, and snow depth stayed fairly steady at around 147 to 149 centimetres. Winds were mostly light through the night, just a few kilometres per hour, after some earlier evening gusts that reached close to 50 kilometres per hour before easing off. Around town today, we're under a mostly cloudy sky. The sun's staying hidden, and there's around a 50% chance of some precipitation drifting through at times. Temperatures are expected to reach up to 0 degrees Celsius. Winds are generally staying fairly gentle through the day, although we could see gusts reaching up to 49 kilometres per hour at times. The breeze starts off from the west this morning before turning more easterly later on. It shouldn't feel too harsh in the village, but you'll notice it now and again. Up on Bellevarde summit, it's noticeably colder, with temperatures peaking at around -4 degrees Celsius. Like in town, it's mostly cloudy with a similar moderate chance of precipitation. The difference up top is the wind. During the day, gusts could still reach around 53 kilometres per hour. With that wind exposure and flat light, visibility could be tricky at times, especially higher up or near ridgelines. Definitely one to take steadily if you're heading to the top. Before lifts even start turning this morning, the pisteurs are out securing the ski area. A new avalanche control plan, the PIDA, is taking place from 6:50, with interventions across different massifs. So if lift openings are a little delayed, that's why. It's all about making things safe before you head out. There's also avalanche blasting planned along the road between the Tignes Dam and the junction to Tignes Les Brévières from 9:45 this morning. Please respect all safety closures and instructions. Openings will depend on feedback from teams on the ground, and you can follow updates in real time on Radio Val d'Isère and through the resort channels. And if you're looking for something a bit more upbeat later, Les Tontons in Daille has DJ Lil Kez and Gasso stepping up to the decks tonight. Music kicks off from 8 in the evening with residents warming things up, and the main set runs from 10 until late. If you've got the legs for it after skiing, that's your midweek dance floor sorted. Now this is really important. This is a translated summary of the official Bulletin d'estimation du risque d'avalanche issued by Météo France for the Vanoise massif, valid for Wednesday the 18th of February, and it applies strictly outside of marked and open pistes. You must check the full official report using the link in the description before making any decisions. The risk level today is 4 out of 5, which is a strong risk. The situation remains concerning. The main problem is fresh and wind-transported snow. The accidental risk is described as maximal. That means triggering an avalanche is very likely if you are in the wrong place. There are many fragile slabs on all aspects from around 1,500 metres upwards. These slabs can be triggered easily, sometimes even from a distance or from relatively gentle slopes. Fractures can propagate far, and you could trigger something from the bottom or middle of a slope, even on small rollovers or minor breaks in terrain. Sizes 2 to 3 are expected, and in some cases, larger. Higher up, near ridgelines, strong winds have created harder and thicker slabs. They may be slightly less sensitive than the softer ones lower down, but if they do go, they can break deep 2 metres or more, producing size 3 or even size 4 avalanches. Spontaneous avalanches are now less likely than during the height of the storm, but with very large accumulations already in place and a rising freezing level expected towards around 2,400 metres during the day, combined with some sun on loaded slopes, further large avalanches remain possible in steep terrain and couloirs. In simple terms, this is absolutely not a day to push it. Stick strictly to open and marked pistes. If you are considering anything off-piste, you need proper equipment, solid experience, and a professional guide. And again, please read the full official bulletin before heading out. If you're planning to explore the mountains this season, remember, off-piste skiing is dangerous. Always take a qualified guide and never go off-piste without a transceiver, shovel, and probe. And most importantly, know how to use them and practice regularly. That's it for this Wednesday morning update from Val d'Isère. If you've spotted anything interesting around resort or, of an event coming up that we should mention, drop it in the comments and let us all know. I'll be back tomorrow morning with the latest. Please stay safe out there. If you're finding our updates useful, a like and a subscribe to the Val d'Isère online YouTube channel really helps to support what we do and reach more people who love the resort.
For further information, piste reports, and events sponsored by Val d'Isère Tourism, please go to radiovaldisere.com, the local radio station with the most up-to-date information. Forecast information provided by meteoblue.com, infoclimat.fr and meteofrance.fr. Conditions in the Alps can change quickly, so always check before heading out. Webcam pictures courtesy of the official Val d'Isère website valdisere.com.